Hi, we're the RAGAMUFFINs, and we're going to Download Festival. Right, so from the 8th to the 12th of June, we had in the full 5 days, we are going to Download Festival.
Yes.
Yeah. Had these tickets, we've had them ready to roll over every time so far since 2019. When we went, we got them in 2020. Couldn't go. Roll them over. Couldn't go 2021. Here we are, finally going. Kind of the biggest metal festival you can go to. And yeah, it's stacked.
That's an understatement, I think, yeah. I can't believe how good this is. I think it's great.
The nice thing, I think, for me is when we last went in 2019, there were very select days that were good for me. I remember the Friday being a bit kind of missed for the most part. And that this time there's a lot of a spread across each of the 3 days where I can see bands on every day that I want to go and see, and it's going to be a much more kind of even layout in terms of Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Starting off with a Friday, who are you looking forward to on there?
Well, it goes without saying Kiss. I mean, one of the first bands that I ever listened to that sort of set me on the trajectory of listening to heavy music that I'm on now. So, I mean, it's probably going to be the last time they play the UK. Once in a lifetime opportunity to see them, and I'm just beyond excited. I can't wait for Kiss.
I think a lot of my intention for all 3 days is going to be on the Avalanche stage. But if we're just looking at the Friday for now, it's Sleep Token on there, the big standout. Friday is probably the quietest day for me personally, but we've still got Harriet there opening the Dogtooth stage, and we've got Sleep Token that I previously mentioned. I definitely want to go and see Meet Me at the Altar, check them out, and then, as we mentioned, Kiss on the main stage.
I think definitely a nice mix across some of the stages for me. Like you say, Harriet possibly even opening the whole entire festival in terms of live music is really cool. Going from Sleep Token into the Ghost Inside. Ghost Inside, this will be their first UK show in many, many years. And I think they're going to get a very, very big warm welcome, which is going to be wonderful. I've recently got very much into Bury Tomorrow, so I think on main stage for me, that's going to be one that I definitely want to go and see. Meant to have a new album out this year. We just had a recent single come out not too long ago, and then probably some more on the way, so that'll be quite cool. But that's like a nice solid start to a Friday, a nice kind of introduction, jumping between different stages before what I think on Saturday we're going to get.
I was just going to say about Friday is like, I do think there's also enough openness there for the opportunity to just go and catch a random band or two throughout the day. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing potentially Lacuna Coil or As Everything Unfolds down on the Avalanche stage. Maybe even Skindred on main stage, you know, depending on clashes and whatnot.
Skindred's always a good time.
Skindred would be
a good live show.
Maybe like grab a bit of food and just chill out and watch Skindred would be fun. Yeah, so Friday's got a nice quiet day, but it's got some must-see bands in there as well, so perfect.
Will you be seeing Black Veil Brides?
Maybe. No. No.
Ruben wants to see Black Veil Brides.
I know that, yeah.
Unironically.
Yeah. So then on to the Saturday. Again, a really nice spread out, I think, across the stages. You can pick off bands on most of these that you'd like to go and see. There's a wonderful run there from like Dragged Under, Loathe and Holding Absence all back to back on the Avalanche stage, which I think is just going to be fun, and then fun. I imagine on that stage, Alex, you're going to want to see Funeral for a Friend.
Yeah, Funeral for a Friend were one of my favourite sets from Slam Dunk last year. I was surprised at how loud and how packed it was for them. I mean, they're just, you know, I think they just seem to strike a chord with a certain audience, and the people that love them really, really love them. So for me as a fan, I think I'd like to try and drag you guys along too, depending on clashes with, you know, potentially Maiden. But to be in a crowd that loud was pretty surreal for me. But also just looking a bit lower down on Dogtooth, I'd really like to check out Venom Prison, Higher Power.
There's some good bands on
Yeah,
Dogtooth
yeah.
stage
Death
there.
Blooms as well. It just feels like that's going to be a really nice, intimate, rough and ready run of bands there. So
I've heard some bits and pieces from Bleed From Within as well, and they've been a band that are kind of on my radar, and I like to see. Eloy Casagrande is an amazing drummer for Sepultura. Would love to try and catch some of that. Some of the stuff he's done behind the kit is absolutely phenomenal. Dan, what are you picking out on the Saturday?
For me, it's pretty much the Avalanche stage again. Holding Absence, obviously. Loathe. Dragged Under. Salem. It's just a good time. Code Orange as well on the second stage. I'd love to see. Um,
Yeah,
it's another busy day.
Malevolence
I'm
as
jigged
well.
all the way up for Code Orange. I've seen they did 2 live streams throughout the sort of run of the pandemic, and they were both amazing.
And you've not seen them before, have you?
I've not seen them before. No, I've been a fan since the album Forever.
I saw them at Download back in 2017, and they were really good. But they've now got that drummer. Now their drummer is now coming from behind the kit and is a proper front man now. So I'd love to see them again.
I mean, we've spoken before at length anyway, in numerous videos about the repeatability of Download and some of its headliners. Despite a lot of the criticism, there is still going to be something special, I think, about seeing Iron Maiden at Download. They've headlined it a number of times before. It's in a kind of iconic British kind of thing to have those two associated with each other for like the music scene. So I think that's still going to be something quite cool to see for at least that one time.
Because I think we've probably been, in a way, unfairly harsh on the sort of repeated headliners issue, because, you know, we put out that video talking about the sort of the staleness of some of the headline acts. But with that being said, the fact that they've been there so many times throughout the years means that, you know, we now, being in our early 20s,
I'm glad you said early.
I've got a chance to see them the way that people, you know, in the 90s would have done when it was Monsters of Rock, or, you know, in the early 2000s when it was the early years of Download. So I do think there is a positive to the fact that they're still going and they're still coming back, because they are one of the most defining heavy British bands of their era. So it's going to be a bit of history to see them, but if they clash with Funeral for a Friend, then
I will say as well that this is like probably the first Download that I've wanted to see all 3 headliners.
Yeah.
Like, although I'm not a huge fan of Kiss and Iron Maiden, I still know a lot of their songs. I still have an interest in going to see them.
And there's a guarantee that it's going to be a show as well. Like, I think that was the issue with Def Leppard and Tool, is like not knowing that many songs. There was nothing going on with their show to pull us in to actually stay and watch.
We just got out of the doghouse early instead.
Yeah,
gotta be done.
Great times.
But, you know, with Kiss and Maiden, there's going to be lights, fucking stage show, you know, everything. So it's going to be worth just watching, let alone, you know, being in the pit for. So.
And of course, on Sunday there's then Biffy Clyro.
I was going to say that's got to be something that, in a way, them closing off the festival, the whole weekend, I can imagine for you, is kind of all leading up to that moment, like on Sunday night.
It's always nice to end a festival on like the headline that you're most excited for.
Mm.
Like, it was at Reading and Leeds 2019. It was Foo Fighters. Everything kind of built up towards them. So yeah, personally, I know a lot of downloaders don't like Biffy Clyro and aren't as keen on them, but yeah, personally, it's going to be the perfect way to end the festival.
And I've kind of thought, and I've said before, that I think they'll end up kind of stealing the show, because there's the anticipation there for Kiss. You've got Maiden, who've been there before, and obviously Biffy have once headlined it, but because there is that kind of backlash for it, I think, especially like hearing the newer releases, it's phenomenal. They're putting out some solid music still, and I think if they have the right set especially, they will absolutely steal that weekend.
I think a lot of people overlook them and just don't give them a chance because they're seen as being like a radio band. Like, although they're still a rock band, they're on the radio quite a lot.
Yeah.
They've played like Radio 1's Big Weekend and things like that. And I think having that partnership with the mainstream kind of makes a lot of people kind of turn their nose up at them and not give them a chance. But being a long-time Biffy Clyro fan, I know that they're going to smash it.
I also feel like a lot of the sort of diehard elitists and the ones that are against Biffy are all shouting about it louder than the people that are excited. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like when we get there, the crowd is going to be so overwhelmingly positive.
Oh yeah,
that
definitely.
That any doubt about, I feel like there's definitely a subsection of the download goers that are probably thinking that it's going to be shit and people aren't going to enjoy it, but not a worry in my mind.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to them, and the fact that before them is Korn right beforehand. I've had the chance to see them once before, and they put on a fantastic show. Still truck along, still putting out music that I'm enjoying. And I think, again, they will put on a great performance. You've not had a chance to see him before. I know you've wanted to, Alex, but
Really excited, yeah.
I think they're going to do something great. Who else on the Sunday are you looking forward to?
For me, it's I'm going to be setting up shop at the Avalanche stage again. Static Dress opening the stage. Spirit Box, Trash Boat, Boston Manor all playing in a row together.
What a run that is there.
Yeah, I can't disagree. It's phenomenal.
Modern Era again.
Modern Era, Yonica at the Dogtooth. The problem is, you know, there is only so much you can see, but
the Dogtooth stage this year is probably the strongest it's been for a long time.
It feels like a step up in the whole bill.
I don't know if it's because I just happen to know more of the bands, but there seems to be a lot more exciting stuff there than there was in previous years. Like a few of those bands could easily be earlier in the day on the Avalanche stage, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
correct me if I'm wrong, but did we go to any sets at Dogtooth in 2019? I don't think we did.
We were looking at going to Whitechapel, but they
was about
clashed.
it.
They
Yeah.
probably clashed with someone else.
Yeah.
And Real Big Fish for a laugh, but I think we forgot that they were on.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, it feels either we're just aware of the bands now, or they've just booked bands that people are just excited about. I think it's probably a good mix of the both. And also, I think the Dogtooth stage and the Avalanche stage are both strong arguments for the fact that Download actually are sort of championing up and coming music. Like, granted, it's low down, but those tents still fit a fucking lot of people. Like, I guarantee you, Spirit Box is going to be one of the most packed sets.
When it shows
all
by the fact they
weekend.
had to get moved up the bill.
Yeah.
It is fantastic to see, and it is that new blood starting to kind of slowly come up. And like you mentioned,
Fresh
I think
blood, you could say.
the whole festival kind of just seems like it's just elevated to another level compared to when we've been before. And even just when I've just seen festival lineups for Download before and we haven't gone, I've looked at it and I've kind of gone through and be like, oh, I kind of see a few of those on those days. Those bottom two never always grab me as a lot of like bands to see on those stages, and it just seems in those more recent years much more of an effort has been put into those, and it shows, and you can see a lot more positive feedback, I think, for a lot of these bands that are lower down, which is really cool to see.
And also, you've got a lot there that will make the older guard happy. You know, Megadeth, Deftones, Volbeat, Skindred. I mean, a lot of the bigger acts on main and second stage are going to make, you know, diehard Download fans happy, I think. So,
Do Ice Nine Kills make you happy?
shut up. No.
There will be footage of Alex at Ice Nine Kills. I will make sure it happens.
No chance, mate.
Any other last comments about Download Festival?
I'm also very excited for the Wednesday and Thursday. We had a lot of fun last time, despite
yeah.
the weather.
And that was just the three of us for that, and we've got a few more people joining us for the whole 5 days, which I think is going to make it an even better atmosphere.
Yeah, you know, going to comedy sets, being in the doghouse. I think there was a circus on. I can't remember if we saw much of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we watched a bit of it. So
Fairgrounds,
Sort of
everything.
the fairground sort of village. Yeah, the whole vibe of Download
And
was
this
really
year
nice.
they have a new layout, so it's going to be on hard standing, so it won't be muddy.
Yay!
Thank God.
That was
As in, the village won't be muddy.
Yeah.
The
That
actual
was a
festival itself
swamp.
probably will still be, but
such a swamp.
It'd be a nice reprieve to just walk on a bit of cement.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what ground feels like. So for the people listening that are going, if there's one set they have to go and see, who's it going to be?
There's a lot of phenomenal bands here. I'm very excited to see Sleep Token here. I think we've seen them in a gig format, and I want to kind of see how they're received in a festival format. I saw some clips when they played the Download pilot, and it looked very, very good. Obviously, that was still limited numbers, so you don't know how many people got to them compared to other splits that happened. But I think seeing them in a festival format, I just want to see how the masses take it and how big a crowd they can draw and like the potential with that. So yeah, I think Sleep Token for me.
For me, it's got to be Kiss. I think this is going to be their last ever UK show, so you got to see them. I have to.
I don't know who to recommend. There's so much.
Okay, I'm going to limit you. Apart from Biffy,
Like, I'm just going to give a shout out to Harriet then. They're on really early on the Friday, basically opening the festival. Get down early and see them, because although they're opening the smallest stage on the first day, they're not going to be that low down on the lineup in years to come. So get and see them while you can, so then you can kind of brag to your mates in years to come and go, oh yeah, I saw them on the Dogtooth stage.
And if you're going to download and you're looking forward to this incredible lineup, who are you most excited to see? Comment down below. Check out all our other festival previews that we've got kind of around this wonderful festival season we're going to. We'll have a full breakdown afterwards. We'll have a vlog that will be going out as well, going through all the wonderful shit we're going to be doing at Download Festival, as well as everything else this summer. So make sure you subscribe to the channel.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can check out our Slam Dunk vlog now. We've got a vlog for Outbreak Festival, Truck, 2000 Trees coming soon. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you follow and give a 5-star review, and we can all sleep happy in bed tonight.
And if you want to reminisce on Download festivals of the past, we've got some Download archive videos up as well, so you can watch them and get yourselves prepared for the festival.
Professional.